Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is the Alternative Voice, and if you're joining us in this live discussion, I know where you're watching this, it might be 8 p.m. East Africa time. That's the time we bring you this live discussion, the first media story episode at the Alternative Voice. I'm your host, Cleophas Oluoch, and joining us in this discussion, as you've seen the posters going around, and that's one amazing journalist with so many years of experience in the broadcast industry. That's one, Mmbone. Mmbone, karibu.
Asante sana. How are you, Cleophas?
I'm good.
Thank you for having me today.
It's been long since we sat together.
I know it's been a while and COVID-19 maneno, so we cannot meet, we cannot talk.
That's why we are observing this 1 meter.
It's 1 meter.
Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah, it's 1.5. Otherwise, you're good?
I'm good.
I'm good too. Thank you for having me.
It's nice having you at the Alternative Voice. I know this is the first time you're here.
I know.
Yeah, na
Masema ningangane na kizungu leo.
Kwa sababu kuna wale wana watch, those watching from South Africa, those watching from Uganda, those watching from Nigeria and the UK. Yes, by the way, we pass our condolences as the Alternative Voice as you continue mourning Prince Philip. And so, Mmbone, who is Mmbone? Watu wengine wamejiuliza pale tu.
Yeah.
Leo tuko na Mmbone. We would like to know who is Mmbone to that viewer and to your fans. How can they define mtu amulizo Mmbone ni nani? Yule msichana hapo Milele FM. So tell us who is Mmbone.
Leo nimepatika, I'm so used to asking questions. So today I'm the ones to answer. Kuna maswali mengine kujibu ni ngumu, but I'll try my best.
Yes.
Mmbone is a young girl. She is a daughter. She is a sister. Mmbone is a journalist. And I can say Mmbone is a little bit shy. Was a little bit shy. A little bit shy. Most of the time when it comes to cameras, and that's why I think I'm behind the mic. A little bit shy, but not really shy.
Powerful behind the mic.
Yeah, powerful behind the mic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, Masi, apart from your career, we'd like to know, ulikulia wapi, nyumbani ni wapi? Because I know there are some people actually who are watching. Kama una watch na uko mali Masi anatoka sikiza. Maybe yeye ni jirani yako. So, Masi, where is home?
Oh, okay. Mmbone was born in Nandi County. I know most people know that I'm from Vihiga because I'm a lawyer. But Mmbone was born in Nandi County in the years, let me not say that.
Please. Our viewers, she's very young.
19 minus.
Yes.
Let's stick there. But I was born in Nandi County. By the time I was being born, my parents had shifted from Western to Nandi County. I'm the last born in my family, a family of 5 boys and the only girl. The only girl?
The only girl is...
And the last born.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's why I'm very strong,
You are strong and shy. Yes.
I'm strong and shy. Being born within men, it strengthens you in a way because I was not brought up as the only girl. I was treated as a... Yani sisi wote tulikuwa wavulana. If my mom decides, for example, when I was in high school, if my mom decides I'm giving your brother 200 as pocket money, even you, Masi, you'll get 200, not considering Mmbone needs extra sanitary pads or something. Mimi nililelewa kama kijana, basically. So I'm the last born in a family of 6, the only girl. 5 boys, then 1 girl.
Yes, so if you're joining us, that is the strong Mmbone that you are seeing on your screens tonight. And that's the same lady who has an amazing story that we really want to get into. Mmbone, we want to hear more of your career in media. How did it start?
Okay, it started way back while I was a very small child.
Did you dream of becoming?
Not really dreaming. But I used to watch TV. I used to watch. You remember Catherine Kasavuli?
Yes.
You remember her?
Yes.
I loved that woman from years back when she was on TV, and I used to watch her. And I tell myself, I used to tell my mom, I want to be like Catherine Kasavuli. I used to call her Angel because before then I couldn't understand how people could just go before a screen and start talking non-stop without reading somewhere or without looking somewhere. It was, I couldn't understand that aspect. So I used to know they are angels. They're angels. There is somehow, yani unajua vile tulikuwa tunaambiwa malaika jinsi ambavyo wanakujanga tu, wanaapia tu. So I used to know they are angels. So nilikuwa naambia mama, siku moja mimi nitakuwa malaika kwa TV kama kina Catherine Kasavuli, kama kina Ann Ngugi, you remember? So there are some of the ladies who really inspired me while I was still young. So I really never knew the uzito ambao ulikuwa behind that statement because I just thought it's just a normal statement. So when I joined high school, nilisomea Kamime Primary School, iko Nandi County, Aldai constituency, from class 1 to class 8. And my mom taught me class 1 to class 4. So watu walikuwa napigwa viboko 2 na pigwa 4.
Mtoto wa mwalimu.
Yeah, mtoto wa mwalimu. My dad was a teacher, my late dad was a teacher, and my mom was also a teacher. So yeah, after that I joined high school, Goibei Girls. And when I joined Goibei Girls, I joined journalism club. Yeah, and our patron was one Mr. Unyango. I appreciate him so much because he taught us a lot. We used to go for like unaona venye kuna kuangana zile games, high school games. Yes. So he used to I didn't participate in games. I wasn't a footballer, I wasn't a volleyball. I didn't do any sports. Yes. I know that question will come later, but I know.
You have to tell us, where did this passion sports journalism?
Everybody asks.
Yes.
I never did any sport in high school. The only thing I did, I could accompany the teams going for the school games as a journalist. Yes. So I used to go and record the results. Then on Monday kwa parade, mimi ndio nakuja na results. Nasoma results kwa parade. Yeah. Then kulikuwa na ile school magazine, yes. Tukaanza kuandika mashairi, tukaanza kuandika articles kidogo kidogo, of course, and it really built my passion. Though ile meaning kabisa ya journalism haiku imeniingia by that time. Tulikuwa nafanya tu because it's high school, you know. Yeah, alafu unajua sometimes nataka kwenda ka trip. Yeah. So unaingia ile
at least when what was the boys school?
My
boys school of Goibei.
Goibei, it was Senende boys.
Senende boys. So
but they used to fight with Nyangori boys. Yeah. So ilikuwa hivyo, sikuwa na ule uzito really. Mimi nilikuwa naifanya tu because of course I needed to join a club. Kulikuwa na journalism club, environmental club, yes. So I joined journalism club and I really learned a lot in high school. Yes. That is Goibei Girls. So after nilimaliza Goibei Girls, nikaenda home. I remember after that we lost our second born. And it was very heavy for my mom because we had also, years back, we had also lost my dad and our firstborn. So it was so heavy for our family. And my brother, I remember, Will Haitsiai, may his soul rest in peace, he had just joined KDF. And you know, sasa ndio mwango umeanza kuingia kwa familia. Yes. So I knew, of course, nitamaliza tu shule and through him nitapata pesa ya kuingia college. But it was a bit difficult. In fact, hata singeendea certificate yangu Goibei Girls because sikuwa nimemaliza school fees. Yes. So it really took time for me to join college. Took a year plus for me to join college. But I remember when my mom got some cash, she gave the money to me and told me, go take your certificate. And you need to go to college. And before that, alikuwa ameniuliza, what do you want to do? And nikamwambia, I want to do journalism.
Okay, Masi, if you can hold it on at that point, when that light of the family has just been plucked and it's not there, the family at times become, they tend to be in darkness for quite some time. So within this transition period from high school to for you to join, you said 1 year and a half. Within that period, what was going through your mind? Because I know there are some who are watching and they're really troubled. They see that transition period to be quite a lot, and some do give up. What was keeping you busy and at least focused that at one point you'll get the finances to go pick your certificate and also to proceed with your academics?
It was a very difficult moment for myself and for my family too, because it was just 5 years after we had buried our firstborn and 10 years after we had buried our dad. And my brother's death wasn't really a normal death. I know everybody won't understand. It's a very long story that I wouldn't want to go into, or else tutamaliza 2 hours hapa. Yes. But it was a very heavy moment for my family, because at that time we were even branded names as a family, the family that buries people after every 5 years, and it was tough. You're losing friends, you're losing even some family members, some people who are really close to you, but now look at you and think that you are somehow cursed or something. So it was really tough. And you look at my mom has really tried, because my dad died when I was in class 3. And our firstborn was in high school then. That was our firstborn. Yes. So my mom has really tried by ensuring that, imagine Mimi, I'm the last born, but all of us attended college, wow, if not university.
That's the power of a woman.
Of a strong woman. My mom is a very strong woman. So she stood strong. I remember after burying our second born, she chased us home. Wote akatupeleka kwa some relatives. So I came to Nairobi. My other brothers went to, I went to Kisumu, not Nairobi. I went to Kisumu, Kibos to be specific. Hapo ndio I think hii ni ya Kijaluo ilitokea. Sometimes ukisikia Kiswahili yangu unasikia Kijaluo fulani umeingia. Yeah, I stayed at Kibos for almost a year. So yeah, my brothers wengine wakaenda Nairobi, wengine wakaenda Eldoret, and at that time our third born alijoin KDF. Yeah, KDF walipokuja kuzika our brother, they saw the mood my mom was in, and they decided we are going to take the next son to muingize KDF. So it was really tough for my mom, but she really tried, looked for money by all means, yes, to just ensure I've gotten my certificate and went to college.
And now after going to college, which course did you take? Did you go into journalism, or journalism imekuja tu katikati?
No, it was direct, mass communication and journalism. Okay. I never did any other course apart from that. While in school, that's when I did advertising, and I also did PR. So
while at school, were you in school after coming to Nairobi during that time when you were sent out?
No. I went to Kisumu, stayed at Kisumu for a while, went back home, stayed home for a while again, as mom still looked for money, and it was so tough. You know, your fellow friends wakienda college, wakijoin university, and you're just there. It wasn't an easy thing for me, but my mom used to tell me, Masi, we vumilia tu. I know someday will come na tutapata pesa utaenda college. And I remember that time my brother was also at Moi University. There was another brother who was also in college. So it was a bit heavy for my mother. So akasema Masi vumilia tu, a time will come and you will go to school. So for anybody who is in that situation, by the way, uvumilivu tu, trusting in God, and supporting your parent in any way. Akikuja kuambia kwamba leo hajepata, usifeel vibaya. Just continue focusing, because I know, by the way, at the end of it all, with prayers, doors do open. So I got away and got how to join a college. I remember that time there is this lady, she's called Sheila Mmbone like me. Sheila was our neighbor back home, and she's a journalist too. So at that time, yeye alikuwa anafanya there is a radio station in Kisumu she was working for. So I really used to, she was the only journalist in our village. Yeah, so yeah. So when I told my mom I want to do journalism, my mom talked to the dad. And the dad connected my mom to the college yenye alienda. So that's how I got a letter from Jordan College of Technology, Thika. And after that applied, and I managed to join the college.
Wow. Yeah. So if you are in this live discussion, this is the story of Mmbone, a journey. And tonight we are just trying to get to know her better. And so Masi will be telling us more on how she got now into the industry. Mm-hmm. And what was the hustle? Masi, having heard your stories, and that's why I said, let you be the first person that will tell this story.
Wow.
How was it?
Okay.
I know it started from somewhere internship as you come to the place where you are now.
It wasn't easy. I can tell you for sure. It wasn't easy. Kwanza kumaliza to college, it was a struggle itself because of money issues and that. And I remember I had to leave college before, I didn't graduate immediately because I couldn't afford money to do exams. So I had to leave college, and I looked for my first internship without even graduating. So I really applied. Unajua ile semester ya mwisho kabla utoke, hata kama uta graduate kuna ile semester ya mwisho, miaka yako imeisha, you have to move out. So hiyo semester ya mwisho I started looking for internship. My friend ili apply.
Ulituma application after application?
Nilitembea. Nilitembea sana. I used to, like, nilikuwa nimeandika addresses za media stations chini. So I used to apply na tuma via of course PO box nini via posta.
Ulikuwa unatumia posta ama ulikuwa unatumia email?
Posta na zingine nilikuwa naenda posta. Actually it was posta. Nilikuwa naeka paka demo hapo. Unatengeneza paka demo.
Ngoja Masi.
Una demo ban kwa CD. Yes. Alafu kwa envelope plus your CV plus the application letter unatuma.
Na inateka how long kuenda?
I'm not even sure kama ilikuwa inafika. Because believe you, I never received any call.
So if you are here and you are watching na wewe kazi yako ni kufanya.
Sijui kama iliwahi kufika.
All the applications umefanya ni kwa email unaandikiwa hapo send.
I don't know. It was poster. Kulikuwa na email, yes, but mwalimu, we had a lecturer called Mr. Jackson. Yeah. Alikuwa anatuambia enda posta tuma. Utatumia pesa, yes, jinyime hizo pesa kidogo uko nazo, lakini tuma. Wow. So I remember there is a time he even sent me to Bungoma. Kanambia kuna stations ziko Western. I want you now to go and deliver. Hand delivery. So I went to Nyota, I went to West FM, I went to, there is this station at Webuye, nimesahau jina yake. I went several radio stations ambazo ziko sehemu za Western, nikatoka Western, nikaingia Eldoret, drop Eldoret, stations kadhaa. I went back to Nairobi.
Yes.
I never received that call. Wow. Not even a single one.
And that's internship, not
yes, you're looking for internship. Hautafuti kazi. Si ndio umemaliza tu college, of course. So unatafuta internship.
Yes.
So I remember when I came back after that, nikasema, it's now time mimi nihame Thika because I need to go back home. Si nimemaliza shule. What next? I have to go back home as I still look for internship. And then somebody told me, kuna station iko Kibera. It's called Pamoja FM. Take your application. Mimi kapeleka Pamoja FM.
Yes.
And then nikakuja nikabeba mizigo yangu yote Thika kwa kanyumba nilikuwa naishi ka single room hapo Itethi, nilikuwa nalipa 2000. Hiyo 2000 iko inclusive na maji.
Na maji. Another services.
Yeah, so nikahama Itethi. I brought my vitu zangu za nyumba kwa cousin yangu in Nairobi and I went back home. So I remember tukiwa nyumbani, in fact it was in the last week of December. Yeah, nakumbuka tulikuwa na family gathering ile ya cousins wamekuja kwetu sasa. Nilikuwa napika chapo juu tuko na wageni. Na una call.
Ama ulishatoka Nandi?
No, we are in Nandi. Hatuko Vihiga saa hizo, we are in Nandi of course. Nimezaliwa Nandi, so bado tunaishi Nandi. So naona call, new number, and I tell my mom tulikuwa napika na mtu ananipigia, hebu nishike. Kureceive nasikia my name is Thomas Bwire, editor at Pamoja FM Kibera. Ambia, yes Thomas, can you kindly next week on Monday be in our offices by 8 in the morning for an interview?
That was a life-changing call.
That was a life-changing call, I can say, because I've really waited for this call. No, you may apply. Yes. Hakuna jibu inakuja, but now this is the only answer you get. So that was on a Saturday.
Yes.
I only have on Sunday, and I need to be at Pamoja FM on Monday at 8 in the morning. So I tell my mom, hatuna transport, tutafanyaje? We will find a way out. Mama akafanya calls mbili, you know a mother. Yes. Akafanya mkopo. Akafanya mkopo, yeah, nikapanda gari and I came to Nairobi. I remember that Monday in the morning, nikaenda Pamoja FM, Kibera. I did the interview, and when I did the interview, nikafika kwa interview, I will never forget. I remember I was asked about Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga. That time alikuwa MP wa Lang'ata kama sijakosea. Yes.
At least sasa you can try guessing what time, which year.
I know.
Which year did Massimo?
I don't want to talk about years. Yes. Yeah. But at that time alikuwa either former or alikuwa. I cannot remember vizuri. But niliulizwa swali about Lang'ata and the MP. And I couldn't answer. I didn't know about it.
Msichana amekulia.
The only thing I knew was sports, not msichana amekulia. So mimi hata nikiprepare for interview, I prepared for sports questions. Sports. So after that, wakaniuliza maswali zinahusika na news, and I was like, I don't know, ama napeana wrong answers. Wakaniuliza, what is your strength? Confidently, sports.
Okay.
And they asked me, I remember it was now Felix Asoa, he's also a journalist right now at Biblia Usema. Akaniuliza, ndio alikuwa assistant news editor. Akaniuliza maswali za sports. Zote nikapata. And they were shocked because all of them were men. This is a lady anajuaje sports. You get that point?
Na siasa hizi news
Sijui mambo ya siasa, mimi na siasa ni wapi na wapi.
Yes.
Yeah, so and that's what made me pass that interview.
Wow.
The sports bit.
So you joined Pamoja FM. If it was it was internship at that time. Then how did you progress? Because the life-changing call came through, then you got this internship. Now progressing into your career, how was the transition? Because some you be for internship for some number of months, then you move out, or you be retained. What was the case on your end? It
was the internship was for 3 months, and Pamoja FM was I can say it shaped my career in a way, because at Pamoja FM you do everything. When you report our news, when you report our business, when you report our sports, when you anchor, kila kitu.
Una produce pia.
You do everything. And by the way, our editors were very strict. Hapa ungekosea as in walikuwa na kufunza, and by the time you have to do this, as in uandike script, you make sure your script ya news. In fact, niliweka newsroom. Hata sikuenda Sports Direct, niliweka newsroom as a reporter. So you go to the field kutafuta story, and you know this is now Kibera. Because the station only covers Kibera. Kibera yenyewe inakuharden na life. I had to move to Kibera, by the way. Inakuharden maisha kivyake.
Yes.
So you go to Kibera, you go to Gatwekera, pengine kumenyesha, you go to Kisumu ndogo, you know, hizo areas za Kibera na matope na all that yenye inakuanga Kibera, it hardened me in a way. So unakuja newsroom and you have to write the script. Uandike script iende kwa editor. Isipopita kwa editor, just know utabaki hapo forever. So you have to work hard. Usikize ile direction editor anakupea for you to get to the next step. Ndio sasa nikaingia sports. So nilikuwa nafanya news na nafanya sports. Ikafika mahali mpaka I was anchoring news during the weekends. I was doing a sports show.
And that's for internship.
Yes, and I was doing sports news. Wow. And that's during internship. So I Pamoja FM shaped me. It really shaped me. Pale ilikuwa mpaka ile yenye ukikosa nidhamu unapatiwa suspension.
Wow, umerudi shule ndogo.
Umechelewa meeting, ujekuja briefing ya asubuhi ya meeting, ama umekuja meeting na una idea, you have to come with a story idea. Suspension 2 weeks. Now, remember it's internship aulipwi.
Na unapewa sasa.
Yeah, so you have to be on toes, you have to be disciplined, you have to work hard. So it really shaped me.
Wow.
So I did my 3 months, and after that they told me you have the right to go on because you've been doing a good job. You can continue. But then at the same time, I looked at it and I said, nitalipa aje rent, nita survive aje, I need to also look for something to do.
Nairobi.
Yes, I'm in Nairobi. So at that time, I looked I started looking for a job. Nikapata job ingine hapo ya hawking. I knew.
Now, tell us more about this. Yes, hawking. Yes, umetoka newsroom.
Nilikuwa nazungusha dawa.
Masi ameenda kufanya ile biashara ya kutengeneza habari. Ameacha kuwa mwanahabari, ameanza kutengeneza news.
Exactly.
Yes. You're now the news.
I started hawking.
Yes. How was life hawking in Nairobi? You were hawking in Kibera.
Sio rahisi. No, I was hawking in Githurai 45 while living in Kibera because sikuacha Pamoja FM. I still kept there. Nilikuwa naifanya kama part time. So nilikuwa natoka kwa nyumba asubuhi naenda kununua dawa. Ilikuwa Panadol, hizo Ino, Actol, then natembeza kwa maduka, kwa chemists, hivyo. Yeah, nikiuza kwa chemists and all that. So I did that for a while, like niseme miezi 2. Yeah, so nilikuwa naenda huko mchana, then usiku naingia Pamoja. Natoka Pamoja around 10 in the night. Yeah, so nilikuwa nimepewa bulletin ya usiku.
Sasa ilikufavor at least mchana.
Yeah. So there is this lady I was living with. Her name is Minslet. I used to live with her, and she was also working at Pamoja FM. So yeye alikuwa ameiva sana news. So we agreed nikitoka hawking nakuja naenda newsroom and I help her out. So sometimes ananiachia bulleting, then over the weekends, because over the weekends sikuwa naenda kuhawk, nalikuwa na hawk half day, so na endeleza news za weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Masi, you are through all this hustle, the hawking part and also part-time job, which is still under internship program that you are at Mmbone FM. Now, how did you land this first job and on which media house did you go for after your internship? Okay,
after Mmbone FM, I remember ilifika mahali and my brother saw me. Tukakutana nao. I remember it was graduation ya ndugu yangu mwenye nafuata, Walter. I went for his graduation and they were so shocked because walisema, hey, sis umekonda sana. And I think it's time utoke Nairobi. If things are not working, we cannot allow you to continue hawking. Just come back home. So I went back home, as they said. But in that process, my elder brother, he's called Wilfrey, he's a lecturer at Moi University, decided to take my papers to radio stations in Eldoret. Yes. And he took them, and I thank God, Biblia Usema by that time was still in Eldoret. They had a branch in Eldoret. They called me for an internship. They're still there. They are still there, yes, but now it's a TV, not radio. So I went there for internship. I did 2.5 months. Then unfortunately my mom got sick and she was admitted, so I had to drop internship niende kulea mama kwanza. Yeah. And I'm the only girl, yeah. So I dropped my internship, nikaenda kulea mamangu ambaye alikuwa mgonjwa, and in that process ya kulea mamangu akiwa mgonjwa, of course at that time at least, sasa unajua kaujanja kameingia. I remember I used to go to Eldoret, I look for doll shoes, hizi za wasichana, I look for braids, nywele za wasichana, and I sell them. So through that I got money and went back to Jordan to do my exams. Wow. Yeah, that's when I did my exams and graduated. Yes. I had not graduated, of course. So I did my exams and graduated. And after graduating, I got an internship again at CFFM Garissa. Yeah. So I joined CFFM Garissa after my graduation. And at CFFM Garissa, it was another station. I can say it really shaped my career because at CFFM Garissa, I was a news anchor. At CFFM Garissa, I was a reporter. At CFFM Garissa, I had a show daily. Na ilikuwa show ya rumba. Mimi ni mhenga.
Nimesikia sometime.
Yeah.
If you do your thing.
Yeah. So yeah, at that time I did a show. It was a rumba show. So I could wake up in the morning. Unaingia station before 6 because the first bulletin is at 6. You do news from 6 to 12. You hand over to the next news anchor. Saa 7 to 4 you have a rumba show. Yeah. Then after a rumba show, 5 you come back to the news desk mpaka saa 3 usiku.
Masi bado hapo uko Garissa ama uko Nairobi?
No, CFFM Garissa ilihamishwa Garissa ikaletwa Nairobi, Ngong Road, because ya ile Garissa University attack. Yeah, so ilihamishwa because of those attacks ikaletwa to Nairobi. Okay. Yeah, so at that time I had gone back to Kibera. Kwa toka Kibera mguu tu naenda paka job. Yeah, naingia Ngong Road, naingia job. So yeah.
Sasa unataka kusikia imefika. Now tell us your journey with this media house that you are with.
Oh, Milele FM. So it got at a time when unajua umetafuta job. At that time sasa nimesema internship nazo zimetosha. I have volunteered. Yes. Nimechoka ku apply as an internship. Now I want to apply jobs. So I did my 3 months at CFFM Garissa, and just at a time, I think it's God. Just at a time nilikuwa namalizia miezi yangu 3 at Garissa FM, at CFFM Garissa. That's when Milele advertised jobs. I remember at that time there's some presenters who had left Milele, and Kwetu Radio ilikuwa imefunguliwa. I had really applied for Kwetu Radio. Yes. I applied sana for Kwetu Radio, but I didn't manage kupata nafasi Kwetu Radio. But I remember that time Milele FM walikuwa advertise an opportunity for a sports anchor. Someone who can do sports. So I remember at that time, I talked about Felix Asoa at Mmbone FM. At that time yeye alikuwa Biblia Usema broadcasting. So he tells me, by the way Masi, there is a chance at Milele FM. Can you try and apply? And I told him, sasa jamani, media unajua bila connection ishakuwa ngumu. Sasa nita apply hata nitatumia nani?
And that's what actually they say. Bila connection kwa media wanasema
inakuwa ngumu. Yeah. So he told me, I have a friend there, her name is Nancy Mwio. So he connected me with Nancy. And whatever Nancy did, Nancy Mwio alituibia email ya Aisha Mohamed. News editor.
Mama Aisha. Yeah.
Mama Aisha Mohamed. And by that time, Paulo Muchesi was the sports editor. Na ya Paulo Muchesi. And Nancy told us, so, mwambie atume tu mail na weke demo. So that's what I did. And I remember first. Nikuwa kwa maombi ya kufunga. Yeah. So, I wasn't really fasting because of a job ama nini. I was just praying to God, you know. So I was in a fast, and I remember after sending that mail, after one day, Muchesi calls. Muchesi ananiambia, tumepokea mail yako, and wow, wewe kama msichana unajuaje kufanya sports? I remember that was the question Muchesi asked me. And I told Muchesi, yeah, I love sports and I like doing sports. So Muchesi tells me, can you do me a show? Because demo yenye nilikuwa nimetuma, it was just ile sports news. But akaniambia nifanye, can you do me a show demo ya sports? I did a demo and I sent him. And he went mute for a week.
Ukadhani ati, what did I send? Did I mess?
Nikasema hapana. Yes. So I decided atafutaye achoki, akichoka amepata. I decided to call him because alikuwa amenipigia na niko na namba yake. So I called him, and when I called him, he told me, just relax, I'm working on something. And then after like a few hours, I remember ndio nilikuwa nimeingia tu show yangu ya Rumba at CFFM at 1, he calls me and tells me, can you be here on Monday? That was on Friday. Can you be here on Monday for an interview? I told him, yes, I will come. So that Monday came, and I came for an interview. I remember I met him at our offices, DSM Place, Kijebe Street, and he told me, I'm just amazed at how you being a lady and how you're doing sports. Yes. I told him, thank you. So I can remember, I don't even know what to ask you for an interview because you qualify. But unfortunately, we already have someone, and that was Douglas Omari. So he asked me, are you ready to be an intern? I told him, why not? Because I weighed, Milele FM is a national radio station, and CFFM Garissa inasikika tu only in Garissa and part of Wajir and Mandera. So I told him, no problem. Akanipeleka kwa ofisi ya mdosi. By that time it was Titi Nagwala. And Titi told me, I don't even know what to ask you because your demo ishamaliza kila kitu. Yeah. So akaniambia, I want you to go up there kwa ofisi ya HR. Uende ujitete. So I went there, and by that time our HR was Annabelle. Yeah, and when I got there and Annabelle asked me only one question, are you from Mombasa? I told her no. I told her no, and she's like, but your Kiswahili na sound kama mtu wa Mombasa nikisikiza hii demo. She played the demo, akasema Kiswahili ni ya mtu wa Mombasa. Nikamwambia no, I've never stepped my foot in Mombasa. Mimi ni mtu wa Western, nimekulia Nandi County.
The farthest umeenda ni?
The farthest nimeenda ni Nairobi, Thika, of course.
Na Kisumu one. Yeah.
Yeah, so she told me, now I have a problem because we only take interns who are still in school. And we also don't want to have you in na ukose chakula, ukose transport. I told her how I'll survive and how I'll eat and how I'll come to work is none of your business. Just give me the internship. Yes. Yeah, so she told me, I'm just doing this, but I know it's against the rules of the company. But let's pray to God, aitaleta shida. And after that, she told me next week on Monday, I remember it was on 4th of April, come to work. And that's how I started my internship at Milele.
Wow. Yeah. So that's internship. And I want to believe, if you are here and this is 2021 and you are currently employed in Milele FM, this is now employment, Mercy.
Yeah, I'm now employed permanently. Yes. Permanently. Yeah, at Milele FM. Yeah, it has been a journey. I remember I did internship since 2016. Wow. Yeah, since 2016 April.
I read somewhere you are among those people who are being considered as the youngest presenters in Kenya, and that blog had it as one of the
Please.
let me just add some sugar on it. Yes, some of the
What?
beautiful young female presenters.
Okay, I don't know, but you know, a lot of people listen to me, and thank you for all those who appreciate my work. I know there are few or there are many. I don't know all of them, but I appreciate anyone who appreciates the work I do.
Yeah, there are millions.
Yeah. And I say thank you so much for my listeners. Thank you so much for my supporters. Unajua tunakula kwa sababu yao. Because of numbers, we are where we are.
Yes.
And I can say sometimes I really thank God for them, because sometimes a listener can talk to you and just tell you that imagine nilikuwa nimefika mwisho, but just after listening your show, I changed my mind. I feel so uplifted. I feel so strong, and I'm moving on with my life. There is no message that strengthens me that more than that message from a listener. It really, really strengthens me.
Mercy, at Milele FM, which shows do you host, and what's one show that really, I know all of them blesses you at one point.
Wow.
Which one lifts you so much?
Okay, when I joined Milele, I joined as a sports person, sports reporter, sports anchor, and at that time I was doing a sports show with Douglas Omari. So I remember after that, I became now the swing presenter. The swing presenter, this is a presenter who sits in when a certain presenter is not maybe feeling well or maybe on leave or something. So I started sitting in for the mid-morning show. That is Kazi Mpango. Yes. At that time it was Chozi Lalmasi who was doing it with Ole Matope. So Chozi akienda leave, I used to sit in. And that's how now I started to grow, actually, because I was used to community radio stations, and now I'm at a national level. I remember the first time I was called and told Chozi is not coming. Jerry Obege, our former boss, yes, alinipigia simu 10 minutes to 10. Show inaanza 10. Mmbone, get to the studio and do that show. Chozi is not feeling well. Where ujaika kwa control, you don't even know where to start, by the way. So I was so anxious, and I remember that time I thanked my producer Eli Njenga. Alikuwa ananiwashia mpaka microphone. Sasa hizo unaongea but una shake. Kuna time mpaka I did a link. Kumbe microphone ilikuwa off, feda ilikuwa chini. Na Massimo alikuwa amemaliza kusoma news na akarudisha feda chini. I didn't know. Mimi nikafanya link. So I see Jerry Obege calling. But you know, from such you learn. Yes. So I used to learn, and I remember that week I did Kazi Mpango, and everybody was like, wow, that is a good job. And now Titi calls me and I want you to be a swing presenter. So nikakuwa swing presenter wa mid-morning for a while, and then I started swing presenting Drive when Zula is not around, Zula Makosi. So I did also Drive with Captain Otos, JPT. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did Drive with her, and sometimes it reached a point when I used to sit in for Titi Nagwala, Rumba, Oxygen. Yeah, so I did a lot of shows. There is sports, and then there is mid-morning, and then there is Drive. I
guess today you are not a swing presenter.
Now I'm not.
I'm
not a swing presenter. I do the mid-morning show, that is Kazi Mpango, and I do a gospel show, Shangwe na Utukufu. Yes.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday from 2 to 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the story of Mmbone so far in media industry, and this is a media story, the first of a kind that we are having at the Alternative Voice. And if you are a returning subscriber, remember to always share this content. And if you're new, subscribe and help share this content outside there. And so, Mercy, as we bring this home, and just to wrap it up, I know you are a strong lady, and you're involved in so many things. And even before we get to that point, there are those people who really held your hands and showed you the way and told you this is the way to do this, this is how to handle this. Mercy kufanya kazi na celebrities. I know there are those people. You've been in a media house where Titi Nagwala, Mfalme wa Rumba was there, and that's a big name in the country. Joyce Gituro joined you, Alex Mokideo, these big people, Dixon Papale. Yes, big people in this industry who've worked across various media houses. How did that make you feel at home? What walifanya utoboke sana? Kimfuko.
I remember there was a time mpaka watu walikuwa nadhani maybe Mmbone ni mchoyo or something.
And now you also yes.
Somebody comes and tells you, help me with some cash. My daughter is stuck. She needs to go to school. I want you to help me with school fees. But at that time, I remember very well, I wasn't employed permanently. There was a time, I remember, okay, it's not right to disclose this, but I remember it really took me some time before I got employed at Milele FM. Yeah, I got my permanent job, my first permanent employment.
Yes.
That was this is 2021, 2020, 2019. Oh. Yes, that is 2019. And I joined Milele in 2016. So I got my permanent job in 2019. Yes. I remember it was in September. Yeah, under Joyce Gituro. I will always be grateful to that woman. Wow. She saw the other side of me. She believed in me. She saw something different in me. And I remember the first time I approached her and asked her that if maybe I can be given, that time I was just on the sports desk, if maybe I can be made now the official swing presenter wa Milele FM because I've been there.
Yes.
She told me,
and you did it well.
She told me, let me tell you one thing. The way you do sports, siwezi kukutoa sports desk. Siwezi kukutoa sports desk. And I agreed with her. She gave me very valid reasons. But I remember there is this time when Milele had a roadshow in Mombasa. So D, presenter 001, and Zema had gone to Mombasa for the roadshow. And I sat in the drive show. Yes. She had not had me doing any other show apart from a sports show. And when she had me doing the drive show, yes, she saw a different Mmbone. And she came back and told me she's now making me a presenter. Wow. And she bargained for me to be employed. And I got a permanent employment at Milele FM.
Wow. Mama Joyce, wherever you are, you're watching.
Thank you so much.
You're
so
a blessing.
Much.
And I know it's not only Massimo who tell this story.
Yeah.
So many journalists outside there who really appreciate how you held their hands and you moved with them. May God bless you.
But I also appreciate a lot of my colleagues.
Yes.
I can say for sure, I cannot forget to appreciate Paulo Muchesi. He gave me a chance at Milele Sports Desk.
Yes.
And from that, I grew. I cannot forget to appreciate Titi Nagwala. Yes. He also believed in me. Our HR, Annabelle. Chozi Lalmasi shaped me to the presenter that I am today. She used to correct me, guide me and all that. Nzula Makosi believed in me. I remember she used to tell the boss, nikienda leave mtu mwingine asifanye show yangu, Masimbone afanye. You get, so yes. She also believed me. Eva Mwalili, Mama Taifa also really shaped me in the gospel industry. And by the way, I never knew I would do a gospel show. Not even in my dreams. Yeah, not even in my dreams. And I remember when Joyce approached me, I told them, nipatie show ingine yote apart from gospel. Yeah.
And it's changed your life.
Apart from gospel. Now she told me, your gospel ndio utafanya. Yeah. And she used to give me her shows, ni sitting shows zake. And that's now how I started getting into gospel. And I'm where I am. Akanishika mkono, Joyce Gituro, Eva Mwalili akanishika mkono. And here I am.
Wow. It's a challenge to you who is watching this. If you're in a position to hold the hand of someone you know in the industry where you are, please do. You never know where the blessings will always come. And
Very
so,
true.
Mercy, we take it home and tell us, which other thing do you do apart from journalism?
Yeah, I do other several things, but before I tell you about that, just one word to ladies who are journalists, yes, or maybe upcoming journalists who are ladies, that being a lady and a journalist needs you to do something unique and something extra. Something unique and something extra. There is one statement that Joyce Gituro once told me. She told me, Masi, this field has always been male-oriented from before, yes, from way before. But I'm here to prove to people that a woman can make it in this field without having slept with any man in those newsrooms or those journalism or media companies. Wow. Yeah, she told me that. And she told me, I believe you can do that. It's a matter of believing in yourself. Do something unique. Sports was my unique aspect. Sports was my unique aspect.
And you did it explicitly.
So you need to look for something unique. Actually, maybe sports. I remember I told you sikuwahi kucheza game yeyote. But I've been a sports journalist. Where did my sports love start?
Yes.
From college. Nikiwa college. Sikuwa na watch game.
She's a Man U fan.
Sikuwa naenda watch game. What happened is I sat down and looked at this industry, Cleophas. And I looked like newsrooms, kila mtu anataka kuwa kwa newsroom. Kila mtu anataka kuwa anchor. Kila mtu anataka kuonekana kwa TV. Yani everybody. So the market is full. There are a lot of people. Market imejaa sana. So what exactly should I do to ensure na penya kwenye hii market? I should come out unique. And then at that time I used to only know of 3 ladies ambao walikuwa wanafanya actually 4
sports.
Yeah. This is Karoradu. And then there is Mzima Kameme. And then there was Edith Warucho at ATG Radio. Right now she's in Tanzania. And then there was Evelyn Wata. Right now she's anafanya kimataifa anaipiga kimataifa. Evelyn Wata. So I knew of only 4 ladies ambao walikuwa wafanya sports. And I knew this is an opportunity. This is something that will be unique. So Karoradu is doing English. Mzima is doing Kikuyu and a bit of Kiswahili. Evelyn Wata is doing English. Edith, she's doing Kiswahili, but hajepata ile limelight because she's at ATG. So I said nataka kuenda venye Edith anaenda. I sat down and started doing my research. I sat down, nikaanza. I remember there is this guy called, his name is Wycliffe Okumu. He's now at Baraka FM. Wycliffe alianza kunifunza bit by bit. Yani, like, so Dr. Mwana Sporti karibu tugeragezana viwanjani. Hiyo lugha ya sporti. Hiyo lugha ya sporti. Tulikuwa tunaiandika kama notes.
Yes.
Kama notes. By the help of my lecturer, Mr. Jackson, by the help of another guy called Francis Monday, walikuja na wakasema, Masi, if you want to do sports, tutakushika mkono. Wow. Yeah, and walinishika mkono, wakanifunza a lot about sports. By the time nilikuwa natoka college, lugha yote ya sporti kwa
moja kwa moja. Wakupanda na kushuka.
Actually, yes. So that's how I got into sports. Anyway, that is for ladies. Look for something unique, and for sure you will make it. Believe in yourself.
Offer something extra and do extra.
Exactly.
Whatever thing you're good at.
Yeah.
And so this question, you've just avoided it. What are you doing at Nutritious Vegetables?
Okay, so the other stuff that I do, I sell vegetables. Mimi ni mama mboga.
Kula mboga.
Mimi ni mama mboga. I go to Mudhuru, buy vegetables and sell to people. But I do it in a different way because I sell my vegetables packed, boiled and packed. Na mboga zenye nauza ni only kienyeji. That's how the whole idea started. Of course, last year when COVID came, na mambo yakakuwa magumu kidogo, so you needed to look for a way to get an extra coin. So nikaanza kuuza mboga, and from kuuza mboga, I came up and also started doing some nutritious campaign. And that's what I do at Nutritious Vegetables. So I urge people to eat nutritious, especially during this COVID-19 period. Yeah. Also, children needs to eat nutrients, to boost our immunity and all that. So tulianza na mboga, but we have a long way to go. Yeah. And we tunalenga kugrow sana at Nutritious Vegetables.
So how can people reach you at the Nutritious Vegetables, or as Mmbone at least to help give some advice? Or I know those ladies who are into sports, some are watching, and they like to get you. How can they reach you?
For Nutritious Vegetables, we have a Facebook page on Facebook, Nutritious Vegetables, and on that page you'll get all our contacts, the phone numbers and the email, everything. You'll just get it there. I have also my personal page, Mmbone Siahi, on Facebook. You can also get me on Instagram, Mmbone Masi, and also on Twitter, Mmbone Masi 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the time we had with the
and before
you want to take it. You want to take it off. By the way, if you are there and you are listening to Masi, this is a blessing. It's only at the Alternative Voice where she has had this opportunity to share this life.
Yeah, I've never, by the way, and thank you so much for that opportunity.
Yes.
Besides selling vegetables, I also do branding.
Yes.
Yeah, that is my other hustle. Yeah. Massimo Hub. I do branding for all your brand solutions. Kama unataka tukusaidie kupenda brand yako, tunakusaidia kupenda. Like I partner with alternative voices.
Yes.
You've seen you've seen somebody call himself COO. It's Cleophas Oluoch.
Wengine wakaanza kusema Chief Operations Officer.
It's Cleophas Oluoch. But I also do branding. Kwa hii maisha lazima ukuwe na side hustle. You need to, yes, exactly. Especially with this economy, you need to look for a way ambayo itakuletea an extra coin. And in the near future, something big is also coming up from me. When we get there, tutakuja kufanya story hapa Alternative Voices. Yeah.
So if you've seen the hoodie and you want to make the orders, kindly drop your comment down there, and Massimo will of course get back to you, and you'll have your hoodie and the entire company branded. I think that has been an amazing explainer today, and whatever thing we've learned from this discussion, thank you very much, Massimo, for your time tonight. And as we bring it to an end, remember to follow Massimo on our social media platforms to continue getting these updates. I've been your host for tonight, Cleophas Oluoch. Next week on Saturday, the 17th, I'll be hosting one lady from UK, Manchester, called Amanda. Amanda is a model and she's a media personality. She runs a radio stations at Manchester, and that's will be our media story too. How did she move from Africa to go host a show every Friday night that she does at her station? So stay tuned for next week's episode 2, My Media Story by Amanda, all the way from Manchester, UK. Till that time, remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel at The Alternative Voice and share this at the end of this broadcast. Bye-bye, and may God protect you. Remember to keep safe. Corona is real.
Thank you.
Bye.